welcome to another Money Morning Routine. Okay, so I just got done checking my bank account. The only transaction that I had come out was my life insurance for $8.10, bringing my checking account balance down to $17.61. Now, I get questions all the time, Miko, how come your life insurance is so cheap? Remember, so I only use and recommend term life insurance. So the reason this is so cheap is because you have to look at a couple of different things. One, the term, when I bought it, and the payout. The reason this is so cheap is because it's a very, very, very small payout. It's only a $50,000 payout with a 30-year term. Now, and I bought this years ago, probably, 15, 16 years ago. So here's the thing though, I am going to be looking at getting more life insurance. I just haven't taken that step yet, which I need to. So you're going to be seeing my insurance, my life insurance, get a little bit bigger for this expense. So that's all I had come out with my checking account. Now, if we go over my cash spending, I did have some cash spending yesterday. So go ahead and get out my food envelope. And I end up spending pretty much the rest of my food envelope on a very big grocery haul. So at Fred Meyer. So let's count how much. Oh, here's another thing. You ever get these from Fred Meyer, like these little coupons? Well, we use the all-in-free laundry detergent for Dante. I'm like, oh, I'm going to start keeping these any coupons that I find in my food cash envelope. So that way, when I go to the grocery store, I can look through my little coupons and see what I have. Now, let me just explain. I am not a couponer. Okay, I am not the type of person that is an extreme couponer like you see on that show. I'm not going to sit there and waste my time cutting out 10,000 coupons for a grocery haul. However, though, something like this, I will definitely use this. Now, it does expire, it looks like on 9/17, but I'll buy it before then. So just something I've learned that for the amount that I save from clipping coupons, the time that I waste doing it is more valuable, if that makes sense. So, all right, let's count how much I have left in my food envelope. Oh, ones. All right, so I only have $13 left in my food envelope. And right now we're at the 24th. So I think we can go a week without buying any groceries. I think that will be okay. So $13 is what I have left to spend. And if you look at my receipt here, I spent $196.33. So I'm going to round up to $197. And I did this yesterday, which was $723. This was at Fred Meyer. Okay, so I'm going to write that down on my cash expense tracker here. All right, so my food has been updated. I'm going to scan. I'm going to put my little coupon back in there so I have it. And then I'm going to scan this ginormous receipt into Fetch Rewards. All right, so the next thing, let's go to the back of my budget month and look at my monthly meal plan. Yesterday, we made it work. I went grocery shopping. I got home about 6:30, and I told myself, I'm just going to pick up something on the way. I was so out of it. I just drove straight home. I didn't even pick up anything on the way. So I ended up getting some Asian salad kits while I was at Yolks. That's what I had. I had an Asian salad. And for protein, I had a yogurt drink. That was my dinner, to be completely honest. And then my son James had a grilled cheese. That's what we did. So still making it work. I do have chicken out to make a creamy sun-dried chicken recipe. I'm going to be making that tonight. And I snacked on some of my zucchini sticks that I made on the 22nd. All right, so let's go. What I want to talk about now, I'm going to move my budget workbook out of the way. Okay, I want to try to stuff one of my envelopes in my 100 envelope challenge. And because we're getting to the end of the month, I figured, let's see if there's a cash envelope that I feel comfortable pulling from where I don't think I'm going to need that money. Now, let's see what my next kind of envelope is to stuff in this thing. So it would be the 42, but I'm going to skip that. I'm actually going to go to 51. Because I know I have mainly 50s in my envelopes. So I'm going to do 51. And looking at this, I'm going to actually take it from my pets because I don't think I was looking. We have tons of treats. Everything's fine for them. I also have enough in my pet fund to cover their grooming appointment that I have in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to save this. Now, anytime I'm doing my savings challenges, and I've said this before, I am challenging myself. People are like, well, Miko, your savings challenges aren't in your budget. You're not budgeting to contribute to those. I know. And that's the point of it. So anytime I'm doing my savings challenge, whether it's my 100 envelope savings challenge, whether it's a savings challenge out of my volume 1 book, whether it's my $5 challenge, I am challenging myself to save money that I would have spent. So I budgeted $50 for pets that was planning to be spent on pet things. But I'm saying to myself, I don't think I need this money for pets. I'm going to challenge myself to save $50 of that money. So it's about challenging yourself and recognizing just because you have the money and budgeted for it doesn't mean you have to spend it. You can challenge yourself to change and tweak your spending habits to save. And this is why the savings challenges aren't about saving huge amounts. They're about showing you how impactful saving a few dollars here and there can be. I mean, I saved my change for years, and that's how I contributed to my son's 529 account, just by saving my change. Today, that account has over $80,000 in it. So, and he's just about to turn 13. So it can make a huge difference. Not only does it build your financial confidence to show you that you are capable, but it also gets you in the habit of learning how to save and the impact of small actions. So I'm going to save the $50 from pets. Okay, so pets is now 0. I'm going to write that down. So on my envelope, I'm just going to write today's date, so 7/24. And on here, I'm just going to write 100 envelope. It just reminds me of what it went towards. Minus the 50. Okay, that brings my balance down in the envelope down to 0. So that envelope has been updated. Now let's go ahead and pull $1 out of my food. So that's 51 right there. 51. So remember, we're going to write, even though it's $1, let's write it down. All right, so now I'm down to $12 here, kind of scribbled and messed up, but that's okay. So I'm down to $12 there. So that one has been updated. All right, let's find the 51 envelope. All right, so here's my 51 envelope. I'm going to stuff my money in here. So I'm going to fold this up like this, put it in my envelope, and put it like that. Now we can cross out the 51. And look, I'm almost like pretty much more than halfway through my 100 envelope challenge as far as if you look at my trackers. But this is when it gets kind of hard because these are kind of bigger amounts. So if I want to contribute these, I might have to include some of this in my budget, but I'm making it work. I'm doing a small amount that I can. All right, so I was able to save for that. Let's go ahead and make sure that we write that down on my cash expense tracker. Okay, so 7/24 100 envelope challenge, savings $51. So that is now on my cash expense tracker. So that's all I have going for my morning routine.